2, 3, showtime. What's good, world? What's good, world? What's good? You know, I have a great intro I want to play you guys, and we got a band in the background, of course, you always know. But I got a great intro I want to play you guys that we just made, and it's coming by us, made by yours truly, Biz Entertainment, not by me, by Biz Entertainment. This is the Gasmastribe TV podcast where we filter out that bull. 1, 2, 3, showtime. So she's not a lesbian, or she is a lesbian?
No, she is a lesbian.
Okay. Well,
She
great
does
way
not
to start. If your church is got a cash app, there it is.
There it is.
1, 2, 3, showtime. Or have a choice in your mindset is part luck.
Really? Everybody ain't got Canada rules, man.
One, two, three, showtime. Gang. Hey, like that shit? Hey, that's the new intro. That's the new intro. If y'all can hear us, please say, yeah, we can hear you. Comment below. Tonight's gonna be a very exciting show, man. It's gonna be a very exciting show, man. We got something crazy tonight for y'all.
I see you got a new feng shui going on in the background, my guy.
Yeah, man. I just gotta we gotta juice it up, man.
You know what?
Yeah,
I gotta
man.
go look at what fucking Is that real or is that fake?
This is real. This is pretty fucking real. With no windows in this motherfucker.
I get that motherfucker 2 months. That should be looking like some of these women's lips. Trophy as fuck.
You know what I mean? People. Man, we had a great last podcast, man.
Yeah.
Shit, you know what I mean? Shit, it's gonna die so quick. Fuck y'all, man.
I'm saying though,
y'all hating on my motherfucking. Hey, don't let them break your feelings like that. Don't let them do you like that.
What you name it? You didn't even name it yet.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, see, you already wrong.
You know what I mean?
It needs sunlight. It needs mad sunlight and water too. And
no,
water.
it doesn't. It's an indoor plant. Honestly, it's an indoor plant. That's people. If y'all can hear the band, there's a band in the background. We at the studio.
That's fine. We still can hear you.
Yeah, and Notice is hating on my motherfucking great.
I'm not hating on it. I love it.
Him and UKTH. You and UKTH.
You should have got a fake one. You stop being all bullshit. You know what? Go ahead and give me
like it cracking on my fucking plan back here, man.
That nigga get boost. Instead of going with the $20 one, that nigga had to go with the $80 one. You know what? I'm gonna upscale it just a little bit. Let me get the $80 one.
I got to give people something to watch, man. You can't you always got to juice it up some, you know what I mean? Here and there.
I'm gonna
But
put a
matter of fact,
tomato.
speaking about the show, I have to do a recap on last show. People, if y'all saw last show was good. We had Miss Cat H and we had Maggie. They will be back. They will be back on the show Monday. We will have them back on Monday. We were thinking about this Friday, so y'all might get a surprise this Friday. Hey, it depends. Y'all see the promo come out. Y'all make sure y'all go follow us, man. Go follow us at Gasmastribe TV podcast. We just posted up a gang of new content up there that you guys can check out. Also, y'all make sure y'all check out that merch. Yeah, that merch. And also make sure y'all go check out Dirty Harvard music. That's literally out right now. That's going crazy on Spotify. So y'all go check out Dirty Harvard. That's DIRTYHARVARD. Gang. People, we gotta get into the recap. I want to play the recap of our last show, man. Gang.
Especially today's day and age, like women are more open about it. So we're not afraid about it. We're not afraid to show our sexuality. We just don't want you to come at us about it too soon, because then we feel like you think, we're open, we out there, we, promiscuous. It's like, but once we get to know each other, you probably gonna have to tell us to chill out, calm down. Well, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but got that Scorpio energy to match that BDE. Especially today.
I thought that was a great interview, man. I think we had a great time, people. If y'all checked out that show, man, y'all go ahead and check it out. It was a great interview, man.
Fucking amazing. They
Yeah.
you know what I liked about them? They were the contrast.
Oh God, spiritual chick coming.
Yeah, I know, right? Contrast between them.
Right there, y'all better.
Yeah, he's stupid. And the contrast between them two was just so left and right, or good and bad, or just black and blue, or you know what I mean? It was just so great,
Right.
Just getting the different dynamics. And you know what I mean? I was trying to get Kat to open up a little bit. I got a couple of answers that got a couple of answers out of her that I was like, oh, okay, because I thought she was like a real conservative, but it seemed like like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so I had to get back on her and like grill her. So like, so we already know Maggie go in. We see.
Right. She ain't got no problem. She ain't got no problem.
Kat was like, "Oh, I gotta have spiritual ties and all this." Okay, all right. Let me find out.
So we're gonna come. Hey, we're gonna have him back on the show, man. And people, tonight we are talking about weak man versus strong man. And really, the main topic of tonight is this white guy who really tells his truth in this battle rap. You know what I mean? He goes in the battle rap. So definitely, we are definitely going to be playing a lot of that tonight. But to get into the meat and potatoes, I don't know if you guys were watching when Notice was talking about Russia and China and how this whole thing is going to come, kind of crazy. And I don't think people understand how effective this show is, that we can give them the plugs before it kind of gets to the people, you know what I mean? Before it gets to the masses, in a sense.
Facts.
This is where we at, people. Y'all check this video out. Check it out right now. Stay tuned. We'll be back.
Putin and China just did the unthinkable, and the West is in big trouble. The alliance between Russia and China is awesome. I mean awesome in a dramatic shift of the entire world economic order kind of way. What happened this week is absolutely groundbreaking and was probably the biggest story of the last 30 years, but it hardly got any news coverage at all. Seriously, one of the most important stories of our lifetime happened this week, and almost no one covered it. Russia joined forces with China to create their own new reserve currency. Officially. Yes, it's happening, guys. This means that the new reserve currency won't be the US dollar. This new currency will be based on rare earth minerals, guys. I've been saying this for a while, and that's why I'm personally investing in them, okay? Russia and China are moving their currency to gold, silver, uranium, nickel, copper. Real, tangible things, guys. This means that Russia and China are tying their country's fortunes to minerals that they bring out of the ground and then sell to the rest of the world. Just look at how Russia started stockpiling gold over the last 20 years, while the United States went further and further into debt and printing money. Just look at this chart. This is gold. Astonishing. And this was all happening right out there in the open. Here is a headline 2 years before the war with Ukraine broke out. China and Russia ditched dollar and moved toward financial alliance. Yeah, and everyone else was ignoring it. We've had some recent dollar strengthening a little bit, but that's peanuts compared to what's actually happening, because these BRICS nations have been in the midst of a 20-year plan to de-dollarize.
So,
Real. This shit is real. Wake your ass up, niggas.
this is going to our strong man versus weak man. You get what I mean?
Crazy. And it's just a piece of advice, man, for anybody that's out there. You know what I mean? If you got a little bit of pocket change, or I know it's hard out there and everybody's struggling, but if you can, go grab yourself a little bit of gold, or go purchase some gold, or go purchase some silver, because this has been a long time talking about people, like, if when it happens that the US dollar will fall, and I have no doubt in that. Eventually it will. And I'm not saying that it will happen tomorrow, but at some point in time, paper is not going to mean shit. All them stacks of money people be doing this with and all that shit is not going to mean nothing if you don't have something tangible like gold, silver, copper. Like, niggas with copper would be balling before niggas with bricks of money. You feel me? And that's just real talk. And then even on top of that, the digital currency is about to be something explosive. It's just ridiculous. So if you can, go get yourself a Bitcoin if you can. Even though one Bitcoin is $20,000, it dropped. It used to be 24, 25. Now it's 20,000. So, you know what I mean? Make sure you guys are just being up on it. Not trying to scare you guys or put y'all into a conspiracy rabbit hole. But me, I like to be vigilant. I like to be diligent when it comes to information and give it to you guys and just give y'all a heads up. And that's not the only thing that China and Russia is doing. So, you know what I mean? Y'all look out, man. It's a reason why we got our ships over around China and Russia right now. Our warships getting ready. It's a reason. So with that being said, the 10 banks and all that shit is crazy. You're right, UK. Bitcoin used to be at $50,000 for one Bitcoin. Now one Bitcoin is 20 grand. 20 grand. It dropped overnight, and that happened overnight. That literally happened overnight in like a day. It went from like whatever the amount and then dropped because of the inflation and all this other bullshit that was going on. So some people think it's a pipe dream. I don't think it's a pipe dream, only because of what I know of the digital currency, that the world of what the masses are going to do as far as money. So, educate yourself when it comes to currency, because it's a big thing of how the world operates. And if you ain't on it, if you ain't paying attention, you caught up in all this bullshit and TikTok and IG and blah blah blah, and you gonna feel it at the end of the day.
What's so crazy? I feel that is, well, I feel this because feelings can change. I just feel that most people who are on these social media sites are not taking a close eye on the quote unquote conspiracy theory, right? They're not like actually looking into it to see if it's actually fucking true, right? And that's the first sign of really kind of not being knowledgeable. Just the curiosity. Like, curiosity is not bad. You get what I mean? And it's just how we use the fucking curiosity that makes it bad. You know what I mean? If you're curious to see how many dicks, I'm gonna be messy as shit right now. If you're curious to see how many dicks is out there, you a hoe. You know what I mean? Curiosity, killed the cat. Your pussy's run down. You know what I mean?
Literally.
But if you're curious about knowing about the body and knowing how to maneuver the body and keeping your pH levels cool and conductive, like, and that's just information that I came across of, and I just wanted to look more into it. So people, just look into the information, man. We're not trying to scare you guys, just trying to wake you guys up. You get what I mean? And because of that, I want to
And
go into a
you before you do, let me address this last one. UK, you said if you got the money for it, invest in Bitcoin miners. That is true, but you also have to be careful with the Bitcoin miners out there because there are Bitcoin miner scammers, and those scammers will take you for everything you have. I promise you. So be careful with the Bitcoin miners that are out there because there's a ton of them that are scammers. And they will just, you will go ahead, and these are the ones that it looks like. And I'll give you an example. They'll say invest 500 and get 15,000 back, or some crazy shit like that, 7,000 back. Invest 1,000, get 15,000 back. You know what I mean? So be careful with those type of miners because it doesn't work like that. It is something that happens over time, and it does something it can happen overnight. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, research. Like the UK said, research, do your homework. And if you don't know, drop me a DM. Drop me and I'll go find the questions and find the answers. As crazy about. You know what's so great about UK? You know, me and him, we be talking on the on the off time. You know what I mean? And me and him, he gets into it because I sent him some weird videos, and he's like, why you always watching that weird shit? I was like, and I told him, I was like, I surf the web, and sometimes I come across jellyfish, sometimes I come across a great white, sometimes I come across a blue whale. It's all about what I come across. So big ups to UK, man, for being out there, watching the show and staying in touch, man. Yeah, like I said, man, y'all drop me a DM and drop Biz a DM. We'll find the information out for you for sure. Yeah.
Bitcoin. I just wanted to pull up some things so people could kind of see that this was just simple. I just fucking pretty much Googled the shit. Like that was on some simple shit. This not even me going in my deep research box. This is just me Googling some shit. And as you can see, the top 10 Bitcoin scams to avoid in 2022. Bitcoin is forever. 2020, a mix of old and new Bitcoin scams, chain letters, social media hacks, exchange scams, Bitcoins, fake ICOs, DeFi rug pulls, cloud mining schemes. That's what he was talking about, the mining. You got to watch out for that. Hardware wallet theft and fake mining rigs, Bitcoin scams. So it's just a few things that you guys should, look out for, just trying to keep you guys posted. And, tonight is about weak man versus strong man. And that brings me to my point of information. Like, I feel that you can be buff as shit on the planet. You could be strong as fuck, but with no fucking knowledge of how to maneuver your fucking muscles or your masculinity, or you just out here just floating, motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? There's not like you weak to a motherfucker like me who is not as big as you may think, you know what I mean? Who is not as agile. With a motherfucker like me is always information. I'm an information geek. So I mean, let's go into the next video, people.
Why are weak men such a problem?
Well, weak people are a problem. And I don't mean physically weak. I mean cowardly, let's say, and deceitful. Well, there's a variety of reasons. First of all, if you can't support your own weight, let's say, then someone else has to do it. And that's not good. And then if you don't pick a forthright and useful and noble pathway through life, then you'll become bitter and too hurt by the tragedy of existence, and then you tend to seek your revenge wherever you can get it, and that's not good. So it's a mistake on all fronts. It's not good for you, it's not good for your family, it's not good for the community. It's certainly not a good medium to long-term strategy because life is very, very difficult, and you have to be prepared for that.
I think you need to clarify that, Biz, because I like what he was going and what he said, but I think a lot of people will be confused or take it the wrong way when they mean by weak men. And you know what I mean? What do you define as a weak man?
Well, it's not I don't think it's such a defining issue, like to define what's a weak man. I think we can all find some type of weakness in us, right? And I think we're looking at the overall picture here, right? I think everyone has their weak points, right? Every man has his weaknesses, right? I'm not going to say everyone or every people, all people,
Right.
whatever. I'm just saying men, be specific, right? Men, every man has his weakness, right? But some men know how to, I wouldn't say mask the weakness, but they know how to work through the weakness, right? And there are some men that play on that weakness and that brings them to their detriment, and what he was saying, like a lot of them aren't understanding how to so much of, like, a weak man is a person that doesn't carry his own weight, right?
Right.
Which is and that's, it's like simple as this. Like, if we all out hanging and this motherfucker ain't got no money, cool. One time around, cool, I get it, right? Second time, he ain't got no money.
Yep.
All right, bro. You know what I mean? All right, my nigga. You know what I mean? Third time. Like, bro, you ain't carrying your weight, my nigga. Like, you ain't even like trying, bro. Like, in our eyes, you will be considered a weak dude. Like, you only weak as your weakest link, right?
Right.
So that's what I mean by like the whole like weak men or cowards, or what Mr. Patterson was talking about. Dr. Patterson was saying, like, these men who don't carry their own weight, or who don't follow through, or who don't, like, you know what I mean, seek to the need of wanting to better their community or wanting to do these things. These men are a detriment. Like, well,
Do you think sometimes is
wait. Martin Luther King said the same thing.
Okay.
A man with no purpose is a man that shouldn't be left. You get what I mean? Even in the Bible, it's a man should only get paid for his work. So it's like, it's telling you, like, this is what men do. This is what's strong. And if they're not that, or if they're the opposite of that, what the fuck you call that?
Existence, just being, yeah. Yeah, for me, a weak man is a guy who gets knocked down and just stay down. That can go a long way. So that's kind of iffy for me, because depression can leave a person down, and it's not necessarily they will. It's just they're overcoming something. So yeah, if for a certain amount of time, when it comes to that, I can feel that. But like, at some point, when are you going to seek help? When are you going to start reaching out, or just trying and like putting some forth effort? So that, in that sense, a weak person to me, like when UK says that, a person that gets knocked down and stays down, a person that doesn't try at all, just gives up, like, and just
They're weak.
And
You're weak.
at least
you don't have no backbone.
No fight, no nothing, no schedule, no nothing. Just, you're like, hey, I enjoy this 24/7, year after year. Yeah, year after year, being a bum. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I have to have my times. Huh? What'd you say?
I say, call it what it is.
A bitch.
A weak person.
Straight up. No, and I say that with the sensitive tongue, to be honest, because I have been.
So what, a bitch and a weak person is two different things?
Kind of. They're kind of one and the same, but because I mean, isn't it bitch type tendencies the same person that would sit there and wallow in their fester would be the same person that would smack a female and not or cower away from a real situation. It didn't got to be smacking a female. It just cower away from a real manly situation. And like I was about to say, don't get me wrong, I've been a victim of depression and stuff like that, where I've been down. And Biz, you know that. I'm like, yo, my nigga, I have no nothing in me.
Same here. Wait, same here. But did you stay down? That's the whole point. That's the whole point.
No, I didn't.
So you're not considered. Like, I would never consider you. You wouldn't be my fucking host on this show if you was a weak man or had some type of lukewarm.
Well, absolutely.
Like, you a motherfucker that stand you nigga. You will stand 10 toes down or some shit. If you ain't, fuck that. I ain't fucking with it. You get what I mean? That's different from a person who's just like, okay, all right, cool. If that's what it is, then they have no fucking moral value. They have no fucking they don't even think for themselves in a way.
They don't have a code of honor. A code of honor.
Right, no code of honor. And I'm not saying that those people who don't think like that are less than a person. No, they're just not as strong or as determined as the other people who are. You get what I mean? Like, we all need each other to work, right? It's an ecosystem. So I get it, right? We need 9-to-5ers. You need a boss. The only way to, you know what I mean? Like, I need, like, this person was talking about how 9-to-5 men aren't worth it. And I'm like, bitch, you stupid as fuck. If I'm a boss, I need people to work this fucking store. So they're essential to my fucking business. What the fuck is you talking? Like, how could women be out here spewing this type of 9-to-5 man ain't shit type of shit because they only make this type of wealth a year? But when you need that same person if you a boss, right?
And you know what? That's so great that you said that, because I think a lot of the problems that it comes to when it comes to with guys or men, in this case, is like, everybody wants a lot of, I think Fat Joe said it. He said, the reason why I'm successful is because I know how to be number two. And a lot of people doesn't know how to be number two. They look at number two at being number two.
You kind of glitching a little bit. You're going in and out.
In order for the ship to work, you need a captain, a sergeant of arms, an assistant captain, a co-pilot. You need these motherfuckers to run the ship. The captain just calls the shots. That's all. And everybody, yes, everybody want to be a chief, but there's not enough Indians, so it's not a tribe. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So there's a bunch of fucking wannabe tribes out here, and that's what I think a lot of broken homes come from. It. And just like a lot of broken and women, I'm be honest with you. Women are one of the number one motivators to why men think that way. Niggas is walking around like, I'll be a boss. Oh, I'm be about and being number two doesn't make you a beta. That just makes you know in your position, because you can still be in a number two position. You just
you're right, because that's how. Because most motherfuckers would think that, like, oh yeah, just because they feel like, working a 9-to-5, you ain't a boss, so you a beta, nigga. No, it ain't got shit to do with you, nigga. The fucking, like I said this before, bro. Motherfucking Jeff Bezos a beta. I mean, I'm pretty sure he got a gang of alpha niggas working around him.
Exactly.
It don't have shit to do with like the
calling the shots.
Yeah. Yeah, alpha takes shots from a baby. Come on, man.
You know what's so crazy you said that, because the nigga don't even run his own schedule. He doesn't. He is told when to wake up, when to go to sleep, what meeting he has to go to, when to move his money, when to spend his money, how much money he can spend. You know what I mean? What financial move he can make. He has to go through fucking hoops. Man, let me tell you guys, and Biz can for sure. And I can as well, but Biz for sure can tell you, being a boss is a lot of fucking work, and everybody ain't cut out for that shit. Like, everybody,
man, don't get me started.
It's great, that glamour shit and all that shit, all the money and that shit cool. The play money is fun and cool. The playtime is really fun, but when it come to work, when it come to being real, when it come to hitting the books and then doing the research and then making sure you hiring the right person for this and doing that shit is fucking hard and time consuming. And some days you're going to have to spend a buku amount of days fucking working just to get the fucking business to continue to run.
We was talking about entrepreneurship at one of our podcasts. It was 2 podcasts ago. People go look at it, check it out. But I really go in depth of how hard it is and how hard it was to get to where I am now. You know what I mean? Like, I literally had to work every fucking thing from booking the show, setting up the show, writing the music, composing the music, engineering the music, putting it out, distributing the music, setting up the booking, then booking the band, then putting the band on the show, then getting everybody there at the show, then getting the pay from the show, from the owner, then paying everybody to perform the show that didn't even do shit.
Right.
The fuck?
And we're not even talking about the complaints. Let's not even talk about the errors or the mishaps or the complaints or the late show ups or the guitar that wasn't working or the piano that stopped working or the drum that got busted through or the sticks that got left or the tire that blew out or the engine that went down. Like, nigga, come on. Like, this shit.
Check this out. Check this out. Let's talk about how you got to set the shit up. First, you got to get an LLC. Then you got to set up the LLC with the business. Then you got to build business credit. Then you got to be able to go have that business credit substantial. That way you can be able to receive substantial loans or whatever the loans may be at a reasonable fucking interest. This is something totally different that ain't got shit to do with the art part.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with the art part.
Yeah, that's physical.
But running, I would say this. You either have to have you got to have a desired passion and a strong desired passion to do what you do without no one looking, liking, or loving what you do.
You have to have integrity. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what integrity is. And that's
a fucking clip. Y'all should use that clip. Y'all should have clipped this shit and sent it to everybody. But that's the fucking honest truth, bro.
Hold on, Biz. Hold on. Say it again. You have to have a what?
For real. You have to have a strong desire to not give a fuck about the people who the people who don't. That's what's really important. The people who don't like it, love it, or want to be around it, or just enjoy your shit. If you really love your shit that much to where the people around you can't affect you, you're just going to still do it without being paid, without fucking going out to chase motherfuckers to get you on, but you can still keep up with the shit. You can still keep going up this mountain. If you could continue, you would outbeat 90% of your fucking competitors, adversaries, enemies, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Because that's really the long haul. This is a marathon. Nipsey told us fucking best. It's a marathon. Will Smith said the best thing. He said there's only two ways that I'm gonna get. There's two ways that this will be objectively won. We're on a treadmill, right? Me and my adversary, or me and my competition. Only two ways. Only one way I'll get off, and that's if I die. There's two ways he go get off. He go get tired. He go run out of breath, pretty much tired. He go die. I'm not getting off this fucking treadmill. I would die on this treadmill. That's how bad you gotta want it. I remember a motherfucker took me out to the fucking ocean. Motherfucker put my head in the water and said, how bad you want it? How bad you want to live, nigga? How bad you want to live, nigga? Well, that's how bad you need to fucking go for your success. That's how bad you want to be successful. And people don't want it that bad, bro. Where motherfucker got you know what I mean? 8 foot, shit, 2 foot over me, nigga. Like, I could easily just jump up. You know what I mean? Now we're going to take you to 12 feet. Now we take you to 24 feet. Have you been in a 24-foot pool? Now get your ass up, nigga.
I have.
And I'm just saying, get up. This is how bad you want to live.
Yeah.
That's how bad you want to succeed, man. This is the strong fucking versus the weak, nigga. You already know the strong will win all day.
What do you think is effectiveness, though, Biz? Like honestly, because we already know, right? We already know this households and stuff like that and blah 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 blah. But let's talk about really, let's be real. When it comes to a motherfucker and they get money and shit like that, or they're just getting a little bit of bread. You know what I mean? Because you got cats that'll get some money and then they just think they the shit and they like, oh, I'm a boss. I think I make my own moves. And we know these guys, right? We know these guys. Hey, nigga. Hey, hey. You know what I mean? Like these niggas like, oh, come on, my nigga, you barely moving. You know what I mean? Like, what do you think the major cause is? Is it household? Is it females? Is it ego? Is it society? What do you think the cause of it is?
They're weak as fuck. No, for real, bro. Like it's a mental. Like I was watching a video the other. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, y'all. I was watching a video today about a black dude from London going to Pakistan. Right? He was going to Pakistan for 30 days just to get a view or a vibe of the hospitality, the people, and the culture. And my dude, this ninja went over there, and with me, just his first day, people were staring at him. People were like, who are you? Taking pictures of him, touching his hair and shit, tripping off about his skin. Like they never seen us over there. And it was the weirdest fucking shit to see. Now I said, I would have been a weak ass dude in that situation. You know why? Because I would have let my fucking emotions or my fucking surroundings get the best of me, right? Because I don't like motherfuckers just staring. Like I'm a hood nigga, right? So if we come out the hood, nigga, motherfuckers just staring at you and shit, you gonna be like, what the fuck? Niggas just grabbing you and just saying, yo, let's, you know what I mean? Let's chill, da 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 da. You know what I mean? Free walk and fly. We got some spammers. You know what I mean? Like y'all gotta watch them. So. But that's the whole point, man. Like that was the whole biggest. Yep. Y'all get them bots out of there. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Got the squad on lock on that. So you know, those gone like that. But those are the things. Those are the things that you know we should be looking at. It's like looking at others to learn from. Like I learned from that dude, and now I'm a stronger person by that. Literally, now I can go to Pakistan and not feel weird because I understand that this is just what they accustomed to. They don't know it, they don't understand. You get what I mean? Like if you was the first time, if you never seen that type of exposure, you would have freaked out. A hood dude from LA would have freaked out and start socking niggas out off the bat. You know what I mean? I'm just being straight up real. Motherfucker just walking up to you, grabbing your hand. Bro, the dude was like, he said he was walking to the mosque. That was his whole thing. He was going to the mosque, right? And he said, I believe the Canadian dude next to him was telling him, bro, you got molested yesterday. Because, you know, the next day they was talking about it. And so he told him, bro, you got molested the next day. And the dude explains, quote unquote, what the molested was. Bro, they was like touching his ass, his hair, his shoulder. He was like, bro, I have to get the fuck out of there. Like, it was just because he was so crowded around people. It was a crowd of people. I'll put the video. I'm going to play the video later throughout the night. But this was the most craziest thing I ever saw. And it was raw, uncut. And I really understood.
So what was it again?
Wait. It was, and the whole point was when I was watching it, in the first experience of it, I would have folded. Like that was me going over there, and they were like, "Well, we want to see how Biz mental is." You know what I mean? Oh, I would have folded, but now wait. I would have been a weak dude. I'm taking accountability. I'm being straight up. I would have been a weak dude because of that, right? Literally, because I was looking at it in a social construct in America view, right?
Right.
I wasn't looking at it from a worldwide perspective.
I know, but paint the situation again. I'm lost of like who. What was it? It was a guy that came from somewhere to Pakistan.
Black guy. It was a black guy that came from. He was from London, right? Okay, and he was going to. And what he's a vlogger, and he goes around the world, stayed for 30 days, and he's films his experience. And this particular video I came across was him in Pakistan. And his first day, he got harassed at the border. Then he actually got through, and they start showing him love, to people. He started talking to different people, kind of navigating himself around. But the next day was when he got like bombarded with people, and they were not negative. They weren't aggressive. They weren't like, "Oh, we gonna beat you up." You know what I mean? They weren't like, "Get this nigga." They were like, bro. He was a vlogger. But the way these people,
no, I know. Was he like famous?
No,
was he internet famous?
No,
really? Okay,
bro, I'm serious. The video only has 2 million views, bro. Like when you see it,
that's not big.
Nah, man, not like what you see. When you see the video, you be like, you would think he was famous. My G-Pops came in. G-Pops came in was like, is he famous? Because he saw kind of the end. And I was like, nah, he's not famous, G Pops. And I showed him the beginning. He was like, wow. He was shocked. He was like, wow. And I was like, G Pops, that was me. I would have voted. I wouldn't have received it like he did. He was very respectful. He was very like honorable. He was very, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm glad that I got to see this first before I went over there. Because now I know what to experience. I know what to see. And I'm a stronger man because of that. You get what I mean? Because some people just don't, like, they just haven't seen you. People see wait. White people see my kids, bro. White people see my kids and they get like, oh shit, can I touch their hair? And I'm like, don't fucking touch their hair. Like, don't you touch her hair.
Never gotten that. I've never gotten that shit. I've never gotten that shit. And I've been around a lot of white people. What I have gotten is like, oh my God, your hair is so beautiful. I've gotten that, or oh my God, your girls are so beautiful. Like, even I got creepy old white men. Like, oh my God, your girl. Can I give her a candy? Yeah, let me see what a candy.
Weak ass dudes.
I got weird shit like that. But I ain't never got no no.
Bro. Like my like Sophie. Check. Sophie was going to school one time. Right. One time, look, Sophie was going to school one time, right? At this elementary school. It was a blue ribbon school, right? Blue ribbon. So this was the school was kind of like, I want to say sidebar racist a little bit, you know what I mean?
What is a blue ribbon school?
A blue ribbon school, which they have like high academics, like, you know, their test scores is pretty high, right? So while I was, you know, attending like the, you know, because I was working there doing like PE with the kids and teaching them drums and stuff. I mean, the school got money, bro. So they was, anyway, I was able to get my daughter there. I would dress my daughter hair sometime, like I wouldn't want to put it in always in a ponytail. So I would, you know, let her rock the afro. And I remember taking her to walking her in the classroom, and a parent looked at me and was like, oh my God, your daughter's hair, like, and went to reach for like to touch it. And I was like, what are you doing? I mean, I didn't tap her, but I was like, what are you doing? And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. It just her hair, like what the fuck is, man, don't touch her hair. Like, I don't know what your hands been. And like, you know, I ain't trying to have all type of weird shit and, you know, going in my kids' hair and shit. Like, what the fuck, man? But who knows what happens when I'm not there. You get what I mean?
Right. That's the part.
You get what I mean? Like,
part that matters. What can we do when dad or mom is not looking? And our kids, particularly, don't get me wrong, we teach our kids very well what to do and things of that nature. But what if somebody's being passive aggressive? You know what I mean? What if somebody's being passive and they're like, you know, hey, I think you're beautiful. Let me grab your hair. Like, yo, don't let a motherfucker touch you. Here. You know what I mean? But to get back to what I wanted to ask you though, I wanted to say, I was like, don't you think that if you were to be that guy that was from the UK or the Europe or whatever, or London, excuse me, Europe, in Palestine, don't you think it was kind of that would be your PTSD of living in the hood kicking in?
Bro, my ninja. If you saw it was like when you see it, it's not like I'm gonna play the video later tonight, people.
Yeah,
but
it
wasn't like the hood, like it looked hoodish or it looked bad or whatever. It wasn't like that. It was just like they're people, like they don't have anything else to do. I'm like like this is the city life. So in America, like motherfuckers ain't sitting around staring at you, walking behind you and following you and shit. Like, but Stephanie not walking. Like, the fuck, you know what I mean? Fuck who you are, right? But it shows you the social construct of the thinking and the mind state. You get what I mean? Like there's certain things that are not allowed in that country, right? Certain social media, certain social.
Oh, I know this.
You get what I mean?
I've been over there.
Yeah, like in China, I don't think China gets YouTube or something like that. I think it's some weird like that. Like they do. I don't know. I got flagged one time. Like they were like, you can't promote this in China.
I pull up. It's so funny because I got like there's this famous song on TikTok that's this Chinese song, and like every time it come on, so anybody watches it, huh?
Go ahead. Bolivia too was one of them, but go ahead.
Well, I know what you're talking about. So they do have restrictions on certain things, but China is really big on like social media. But there's this one song that Jazz always gets on me about. She goes, because every time they come on, it's this, I don't know the words, but it's a TikTok Chinese song, and I had to play the whole YouTube version of it just to get the song. I played the video, and it's like anytime Chinese people are like cooking or something like that, they play this song, and I'm like, I don't know what it is about the song, but I love it, and like I'm gonna play it later just so you can be like, this nigga is crazy, like, and that's just me, my international self, just loving certain shit. But yeah, I understand when it comes to different life, when it comes to being overseas and stuff like that, and just like dealing with the culture of different people. It's always crazy. My younger self would
it's China. No, China's one of them.
Huh?
China, North Korea that banned YouTube. China, North Korea. What's the other one right here?
What was this?
China, North Korea, Iran, Iran. That's as they would say. Sudan, Turkish, Turkmenistan.
Hold on. You mean to tell me China banned YouTube, but they still have artists that
five countries where YouTube is banned. This is published this is a year ago.
Right, okay.
July.
Hold on. You're blowing my fucking mind right now, bitch. Hold on.
Yeah.
You need to tell me China banned YouTube.
Let me pull it up for y'all. Let me show y'all.
Think of one reason why, and I'm gonna tell you, like, you know what the number one reason I can think of it is suicide. You know how many people will document their suicide on YouTube?
Oh man,
yeah. China's suicide rate is fucking ridiculous, stupid. Crazy. The motherfuckers are walking off cliffs and all type of shit. Not to say because it's a bunch of them, over there, but shit, them motherfuckers are suicidal. They don't give a shit. You heard about that one place that woods and the woods where you go in there and people just go there just to off themselves. They have a whole movie with Matthew McConaughey in that motherfucker. Like Wind in the Woods or something like that.
Want to read that?
Yeah, China is one of the most technological advanced countries in the world. However, China's government imposes certain regulations on what its citizens can see and do online. YouTube was first blocked in China in October 2007 for 5 months. Chinese people were again able to access YouTube from then until March 2009 when it was blocked again. Since then, the block has remained in place. There are many theories on why YouTube is restricted in China. One of the most plausible explanations is that it was blocked in China because it did not comply with the requirement of operating servers in China and conforming to the censorship requirements of the Chinese state. Exactly. So if you got motherfuckers over there killing motherfuckers, hey, over there, hey, they don't care, man. They just don't. So I am really taken back. I didn't know it was blocked for that long. I did not know. I could have sworn because they things are uploaded all the time. But I guess that's in the States or some other country. That's insane. I take Sudan, huh? Wow. Turkmenistan.
Crazy though.
That is insane. I have to say that is insane. That is fucking insane.
People, thank y'all so much for tuning in, man. We're going to get to our next video. Gasmastribe TV podcast. You here with Biz and Notice, always. And y'all make sure y'all go check out that merch. Gang, gang, gang. Also, got a hit for y'all, man. Got another one for y'all. This is Delonte West. Delonte West was found. This video has been surfing for quite a while, but I want to go and talk about it as far as weak man and strong man. This is a twisted story because I'm a little iffy with this, you know what I mean? But let's play it. Check it out. People, thank y'all so much.
LeBron used to play for the Celtics?
No, he played in Cleveland.
So you in 2K?
Uh-huh.
What's your name?
I tell you what, keep working hard, you know what I mean? If they can do it, you can do it. You watch them, then you do the same thing.
So you didn't invest your money or nothing?
Took care of all my family, made sure my family, their kids, everyone went to college, you know what I mean, had homes.
And they don't do nothing for you?
I stand on my own too, you know. I don't live for anything in return.
That's cap.
Yo.
That's fucking cap. I'm gonna tell you right now. That's fucking
Okay, go
cap.
ahead.
I know the story behind that nigga, and that's not it. And the reason why he looks as good as he does today is because motherfuckers did reach out, put his ass in rehab, and made sure because he was a good ass player and he went down the wrong hole, that they took care of him as an NBA family. Because it wasn't just, it was big stars that reached out and made sure they put him in the rehab and put money behind him and stuff like that. It wasn't, he didn't fall because he gave his money away to his family. That's not what happened. That nigga fucked his money off for party. That's what he did. He went, mental health got him. Mental health and drugs got Delonte West. Great basketball player, by the way. Great, phenomenal. It blew me away when I learned last year that the nigga was on the streets. And there was a video with him on the streets last year. And I'm like, or maybe a year, maybe in 2020, when I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Ain't no fucking way. Looked at him, and then, you know, this is 2 years later, he looks good. So, and he'll tell you, he doesn't even, sometimes he don't even remember his basketball career. That's drugs. That's drugs. He doesn't even remember some of the greatest things that he even done in basketball. He just knows he played basketball. He don't even remember half the majority of his NBA life. And that's is very sad. And that is what I would consider on some levels as weak, but also, again, his family around him is very fucking weak, for sure. For sure. It don't come from me, but yeah, for sure. I don't know what they did to try to help him or anything like that. But you know how niggas is. You know, rest in peace. I had a brother that did the same thing. You know what I mean? It took a couple of my brothers. You try to help them, and then they just do what they want. You know what I mean? So sometimes you can try to lend a helping hand, but niggas just don't give a fuck. They'll do what they want to do. They have their own agenda, and you can put as much money you want behind them. It'll just be more destruction to follow. That's all that is. And it's sad.
So I don't have the same view as far as like his response. As like, I think he did. I think yes, he got hooked on drugs, and maybe, you know, that was the pretty much to his downfall. But a lot of these NBA athletes or football players, they do that. Like, they literally would put a lot of their money into their families and give a lot of the money away, and then that caused depression, and that leads them to, you know, drugs or whatever. I'm not saying for all of them it leads to them drugs, but I'm just saying that could be a possibility. And a lot of times these cats are not really taking care of their finances in a way to make sure that they can stay longevity, right? She mentioned in the video about investment. Like, did you invest your shit into, like, come on, what the fuck? Like, motherfucker, you was a millionaire, like past multi-millionaire, and you didn't invest it into anything? So that I can see how that would be like considered, society may look at him as a weak man. Well, if you don't have any empathy, you may find like, okay, well, I see the sadness in the story, right? And I'm saying for the people that don't have any empathy, they're like, he's weak because he let that be his downfall. And UKTH said it earlier. He said it earlier, like, yo, the people that fall don't get back up.
And that's the fucking thing, though, Biz. He never, once he went down, he just kept going down, and he kept going down. And he had money. He still had money. Even when he was down, he had money. He just, and that's it. If you go, you gotta just go get it. Somebody did a documentary on him, and I thought it was fantastic. And I was like, because somebody wanted. There was this cat that wanted to know all about him. But this is the thing when it comes to NBA players and NFL players. It is very common, very fucking common. There's a lot of people that do documentaries on these players. There's so many players that sit there and fuck off their first check, expecting the next one, and then they're down the financial rabbit hole, thinking they can make it. There's people right now, NBA stars right now, living at the stadium because they can't afford it.
I just need to cut you off, and the reason why I'm cutting you off, I'm not trying to be rude or.
Go ahead.
Wait. But you mentioned something. I want to go back to something that you said. You mentioned something that was very important about the mental health, right? Our mental health can literally make and break us, which is the biggest thing, right? Watching that video of a boy in London and then seeing situations like this with Delonte West, it's like, this is a mental, like,
yes,
like no one is able to like surf, like, how you say that shit, surf this shit. Like no one's able to like filter out the bullshit on it, because mental health is it comes in many different ways. Like if you watch the video from a boy from London, he kept mentioning like, this is mental. That's the
way of saying it's crazy.
Right, but think about it though. It is like Europeans or people in other countries have a way of saying things that's direct. Like I love the way they speak. They're not American, so they don't have this fucking sidebar bullshit, right? Like Americans do. Like we be trying to like have some like, well, I don't want to tell them, but I want to tell them or whatever. You know, other people in other countries just tell you straight out, like, no, that shit is white. Like, oh boy, in the video was like, you know, he was with a Canadian who can.
They're a lot more blunt. Yeah, they're a lot more blunt.
Yeah, way more straightforward, and you don't have to like go around the bullshit. I got our booking agent. He tells me this straight up, bro. Like he tells me straight up, and I'm glad that he does that. It helps me to understand shit a whole lot much better, and that's what we need more. But it's a mental aspect that mostly, I would say, black man or white man or Latin men period go through this mental aspect that we can't fucking uncover, right? You got women want you to live a certain way, you got society wants you to maneuver a certain way and have these different morals, and then you have a certain way of living, and then it's like, well shit, should I go against society? Well, a lot of men don't do that. They go with the plan, but then what's going against society? You know what I mean? Like if you go against society, how is you helping it? You know what I mean? So mental health is like, it's caught up in so many ways we can't even fucking uncover. We don't even know how to uncover our own situations, in the sense of trying to not quote unquote have this mental falling or this mental depression, or going through these anxiety rushes, and you know what I mean? People try to conflate these motherfuckers that's going and killing black people or whatever, that's going to kill multitudes of kids in schools and shit. They try to conflate them motherfuckers that's like, they try to make them like they got mental health. Motherfucker ain't got no fucking mental health. He knew what the fuck he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing when he went up in that school. From Columbine to fucking the massacre that happened with the other kids, the Boston chaos, all this shit, motherfuckers know what they're doing. They always try to blame it on the mental health, and literally I don't think that has anything to do with mental health when you actually know what the fuck you're doing when you're going to do this shit. He had mental health. He was going through. Really? The motherfucker that killed all them kids, killed all them people in that grocery store, that motherfucker had mental health?
And yes, in some,
absolutely.
Yes, he wasn't suffering from mental health. He had mental health issues, but he wasn't. Come on,
my guy. Come on. When you fucking go, I'm saying.
Let's be honest, Obiz. Everybody has
mental health, bro. Mental health.
Everybody has mental health.
This is how I describe mental health. Well, we can put up the definition too. But yeah, that's what I describe of, mental health, right? I know the definition has its way, but I'm saying mental health deals with depression, anxiety, OCD. You know what I mean? It deals with mental mind state, right?
Yeah.
So to say that I have mental health, huh?
You said it right. The mindset. Yeah. Go ahead.
Right. So if I have a mental health or a mind, like, how could you call a mind state of going to kill a mental health? That's mental health.
Well, according to definition, it says mental health includes our emotional, our, excuse me, I said our emotional, psychological, psychological, excuse me, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It also helps determine how we handle stress. It also helps in determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make healthy choices. Mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood and adolescence through adulthood. That is a definition. A definition. I'm not going to say the definition. A definition of mental health. So when I say, like, when it comes, like, yeah, the dude had mental health issues, but was he suffering from mental health issues? I don't think that dude that went in there and shot in New York, shot all those black people, was suffering from mental health issues. And if he did, he created himself because he was loved. He was this and that. Now, on the other hand, I don't know what goes on under his roof, but from what I can tell, he had maleficent fucking way of being. He dreamt. He wanted to do these things. He fantasized. When you start fantasizing about killing people a certain way, you write songs about it and things of that nature, you're past it. You're past mental health. Now you're in what is called psychosis. You're what is in being psycho. You're in psychosis. You're plotting and planning shit. That's not mental health anymore. Mental health, you're past mental health. You are being psycho, premeditated, all that stuff, and planning and blah blah blah. You're no longer mental health. Mental health affects your way of even planning shit. True mental health, you'll be so distraught about where you come from and all this stuff and what's going on in my home that you wouldn't even plan your plan. You would not write down a manifesto. You would just fucking go and do it. That's mental. That's real mental health. You'll just wake up and be like, fuck it. The fucking coffee wasn't there when I woke up. I'm about to kill everybody that's moving. That's mental health. Not, you know what? I'm going to write down why I don't like it, why the media is this, and why the race theory of separation, race theory is this and blah. Nigga, you creating your fucking rabbit in your balloon in your motherfucking head. Fuck out of here, nigga, because I deal with mental health issues all the goddamn time. All the time. I mean, just living in a house full of all women, I got mental health issues. God damn it. Biz can concur with that. Well, nigga, you got a boy, so at least you get something to slap. Hey, my nigga, hey, you know what I mean? But you're muted though. You muted. I can't hear you. You're muted. You're muted. Still muted.
I just don't see it as I guess I'm looking at it as like stages, right? Like it's prison, right? You got
hold on. What happened, UK? All right, you said laugh my fucking ass off. I thought if she was going through a mental health crisis. Okay, let us know what's going on. My bad. I thought something serious was going on. But yeah. Why are you crying? In a laughing way, I guess. I thought you was on some serious shit. But go ahead, Biz. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. My bad.
So I just look at it in different sense. I think mental health is something that should, be sought after, where men can actually understand when things are mental. Like, okay, I'm in that mental state, right?
Yeah.
And that's the first part of right? Like when you're in that place, okay, all right, shit is going crazy right now. I need to chill some shit out, right? I need to make things safe. I always say this thing of to protect your mental health or protect something that you have a compulsive thing over. I would say, always set up your happiness, anything that makes you happy, right? So for me, it's like the little things for me, right? It's like I like to wake up and see my house look a certain way. I like to, see my office look a certain way. I like to, you know what I mean? When it's not like that, instead of me going to that state, I got to fix the problem. I got to, work out the issue. right? And those are the little things that helps me throughout the way, along the way, so I don't get to these like crazy bursts or these, you know what I mean? Everyone have, bro, I want to make this so people who's listening, everybody has, if we're going to make this an epidemic, everyone has mental health. Every fucking person. And the main ones, women. We'll talk about men have it. Women got it probably worse than us because they got to bear children. They got to find love. They're hitting the fucking biological clock. You know what I mean? You got like women. Like,
I don't agree with that.
Man, hey, I'll tell you straight up. Women
they suffer from it more than most.
That's what I mean.
There's
like
a difference between having it and suffering from it. There's a difference.
That's what I'm talking about. Like that's what I'm look. That's
it's
what
like
I'm
COVID.
talking about.
You can have COVID, but are you suffering from COVID? And that's what it really matters. Because if you're suffering for it, it is at that particular point, now it's affecting you. Because you can have COVID, but if it's not affecting you, you're not suffering from it. You know what I mean? If you don't have shortness of breath, if you don't have coughs or body aches and stuff like that, then at that particular time you're suffering from it. So you can have.
See, I'm gonna tell you. See, the world is set up for women, right? The world is set up to help women. Like our society in America is really set up to help women, right? If you look at all of the fucking shelters, women and children shelters, right? If you look at all the shelters that we have, how many shelters are there for men? They're like 1 or 2 in America. You get what I mean? We're gonna get to that comment later.
No. It's fine. No, I was reading it about myself. But you said how many shelters are there for men? There are none. There's
literally one. I think there's just
homeless shelters, but they are women and children shelters before anything.
Right. So they got women clinics, they got women health centers,
yeah,
they got women who take the babies. So that lets you know that they have a safety net. Women have places to go to, you know what I mean? Yeah. If mostly men are offering themselves, right? That obviously tell you there's not enough places for men to go to suffer out a lot of this bullshit. You get what I mean? So I mean, I don't know if you guys like understand me, but like men don't have as much of a safety net in American society like women do. You get what I mean? So let's get to these comments.
Hold on, before you do that, let me read this shit first before you put this shit up. We try it. She will have.
I'm gonna let you read it. Here we go. First one.
I am lost right now. Go part 1. Okay, UK. Let's go. There, let's put it out there. You ready? Okay. UK said, okay, earlier I was at her spot and her coworker sent her a video of a girl talking about holding her man's dick while he's pisses. And she kept playing it over and over to get my attention. Finally. And that's part 1. Let's go to part 2. Finally gave in and told her if we try it, she will have to clean the bathroom if she makes a mess. And she called me a few minutes ago and told me she's still cleaning. I'm fucking lost. I'm be honest, because what I got was, this is the picture I got. Your coworker called you saying she has her man's dick in her hand pissing. That's what your coworker called you with, right? And she has
he made her put his dick in there. So,
and my girl calls you, and I got my weasel, and then okay, and what she do? Started going like this, like, and then playing it over and over.
Pretty much, she said, "I'm thinking he watched, and for him watching, she had."
I'm trying to figure out what are you trying to try. Gave in and told her if we try it.
He gave it. If he tried what they talking about,
yeah. What are you talking about? You try what?
What they saw.
Oh, if you try what she wants to do to you.
Yes, what she was doing in the video.
Oh, Low shit. I get you to tell her, baby, I got
It's
a bigger grip than that.
still-
Hey, yeah, you got to give me some more content, my guy. Send me the video.
Oh my God.
Give me the video. Let's go. Don't fuck around. Send me the fucking video. I want to see that shit. I'm trying to figure out, what are you trying to try, UK? Like, you trying to try? Okay, let's see. Okay, I got you. I'm kind of on board. I'm just like, I'm a little lost on that. It seems, I know you over there dying. All I imagine is piss everywhere all over the bathroom. I'm like, shit, this is crazy. You know what I mean?
Speaking of women,
I've had my girl hold my dick while I piss before. She wanted to hold my dick while I piss, and she fucked up in her bathroom.
right? She's still cleaning the piss up in her bathroom.
Yeah, well, that happens. Well, yeah, because they don't know how to. Okay, so they don't know how to work it, right? They just they don't. Yeah, it's a water hose to them. To us, it's our swipe.
Speaking of women holding something.
Well, I had to learn this. I do not correct my husband. I believe that it is my responsibility to have the confidence to give him my perspective. Then we can talk about it and he can self-correct. I love him so much and I desire to honor and respect him. And I married him, so I would assume that he wants me to feel the same exact way.
Is that Waka Flocka wife? That's Waka Flocka wife, right?
I believe so.
Yeah,
I thought it was the Latin girl from that's with Hudson. He's a gospel singer.
Well, I had to.
Let me see.
Well, I had to learn this. I do not correct my husband. I believe that it is my responsibility to have the confidence to give him my perspective. Then we can talk about it and he can self-correct. I love him so much and I desire to honor and respect him. And I married him, so I would assume that he wants me to feel the same exact way. To take my perspective into high consideration with his actions. But I married a grown man. I'm not going to be disrespectful and talk to him like a child.
Fucking facts. Hey, look. Hey, produce as many women as you would like. You know what I mean? Produce. She needs to have like 50 girls. You know what I mean? Impregnate her some more. She needs to be in a laboratory right now, goddamn it, giving babies. Fuck that.
Ah, shit. That is so true. She needs to be copied. She needs to be studied and copied.
Fucking bottled up like Sprite or fucking Coca-Cola and put on the fucking market. You're fucking right. God damn it.
Yeah, for real.
Right there. Hey, big ups to her. I'm not sure who she is. I thought that was Waka Flocka wife. She looks
I think it's Latina girl from The
just
View.
like Waka Flocka's wife. Just looks just like, and her voice and everything sounds just like her. But and if she's not, but
No,
still,
that's not. Yeah, that's a girl. That's the Latin girl from 3LW. You know that group 3LW. She's on The View and shit.
You know what the great thing about my girl is, I give her respect because she fixes hers. Because there's times she goes and she talks to me like she's talking to the girls, and I go, "You're not gonna talk to me like a child. Stop." And I think over time I had to realize she wasn't meaning to do it. She was just in a mode. Like, we go shopping together, and that's why I don't shop with her. We'll go shopping together, and then she'll be like, "Well, why do you put that?" I'm like, and I look at her like, "What the fuck are you questioning? Like, I don't know how to do this without you. Like, don't question me." And then I'm like, I look at her like, "Yo, who are you talking to? Don't talk to me like that, especially in fucking public. Do not raise your voice, have a tone about your fucking voice, or talk to me in a condescending way or belittling way in public, ever. Even behind closed doors, don't do it, but especially not in public." So, and then I have to explain that to her because she just didn't get it. And then at first she was like, "Oh, okay, I understand." And then when she got it, I was like, "Oh, thank you. good. Thank you. So I give big ups to my girl for self-correcting because she allows me to be the man that I am when I am, you know, whether I'm weak, whether I'm being weak, being a little bitch and being vulnerable or playing my beta vibes or I'm being an alpha. So big ups. Who is that?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Adrian Balon. But you know, she's an actress, singer, television host. You know what I mean? But I just thought that was very profound, and you know, she definitely said, you know, she definitely said some groundbreaking stuff. And I want to go to the comments on our Instagram because it got lit. It got dumb lit. Yeah, it got lit on the comments. And the reason why is because certain people now these comments are pretty extensive, you know what I mean? I'm not really big into reading long ass comments, but people really express and filter out the buzz. You know what I mean? So
Don't get caught in the comment game. I generally, if they're not live commenting, I do not go back to post comments. I just don't because people are ignorant. But let's hear it.
So shout out to Miss Rachel. Miss Rachel said, I agree with her. We check ourselves, and a woman should not step out her position to make this a mistake known to him, to make his mistake known to him. Treating each other with honor and respect without decisions is where is at. Considering each other in actions, we submit to each other. We can have those hearts, those moments, those cherished, those beauties, being his biggest support, giving constructive advice, and readiness available to help and accommodate in areas where he needs. Also, UKTH also commented and said, I think the wording correction is wrong word to use more like helping is better word. Helping each other becomes better for each other is a good thing to do, just to have to do in ways parties people can get along. Also, another person says, I love a self-correcting man all day, every day. And that was the biggest part of this whole message that I saw. Self-correction, right? That a man could like really self-correct himself. So, you know what I mean? Just something really all the time. All the time. I literally make that a fucking ritual. You know what I mean? You know, like that's why I love this so much, because it wasn't the fact that, oh yeah, we need to men want to find a woman like that. You know what I mean? It's the fact that men know how to self-correct their damn self. You know what I mean?
Certain men.
Well, and we know who they are. You know what I mean? A lot of the weak ones. That's what this conversation is about. Weak men.
Why do you self-correct?
Why do I self-correct? Because
I do.
Intentionally, my intentions is to be great. So if my intentions is to be great, I have to always sharpen the sword. You know, I can never be caught lacking. And that comes with becoming wise, right? I literally does that, you know, and that comes with a lot of humility. A lot of humility, a lot of self-correction, a lot of, you know, I mean, keep getting back up, you know, I mean, keep chasing, because every you know, life experience is different for everyone. But a lot of people don't self-correct themselves like they should, you know, because they don't ask the real questions, like the shit that really hurts, you know. Motherfuckers get all like weird and shit when they like, oh no, I'm good. No, the fuck you ain't.
Has there been times that you self-corrected like past the point where you needed to self-correct? Like, say for instance, like you look back on a situation, you were like, you know what, I'm gonna do this better next time. I can't do nothing about this now because the time has gone by, but I would do it later, which is still self-correction, but like not in the moment. You know what I mean?
Hey, shit, if you don't nip it in the butt right then and there, then you probably ain't gonna catch that shit later, because it's gonna keep hunting.
That's probably, but still, you
A lot
can't.
of motherfuckers, hey man, a lot of motherfuckers don't catch it until later, bro.
But I'm not talking about motherfuckers.
Like,
I'm talking
like
about
Granny. No, I'm telling you straight up. Like Granny always said, warning come before destruction, right? She kept telling me that shit like when I was growing up. Warning. Watch the warnings. Watch the signs, grandson. Right? Watch the signs. And literally, I had to like do that. I had to stay noticeable of the signs that were like, okay, cool. If I don't fucking make this right decision, I'm gonna be fucked later on. And people don't make decisions for the future; they make decisions for right now. You get what I mean? Yeah. I mean, shit. What's this? It's a thing says 60% of people's choices they make a day is the moment. No, 60 to 70% of their decision making is for that moment instead of making it for the future. You know.
People grocery shop, so people get gas.
Well, those are necessities. Like we need that shit. That's not something that you know what I mean. Like
it's still
yeah, it's still part of a choice, right? It's still part of a choice, we saying. But what I'm saying is like when it comes to making the life substantial, better, longer, right? Like people don't know about life insurance like on a big scale. Like if they knew about life insurance feedback, if they knew about life insurance on a big scale, they'll be able to like really draw back on that as an asset. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers don't have like $200,000, $500,000 life insurance in a sense, right? Because they're not understanding how to borrow back and be able to put in and understand what type of life insurance they have.
This is true.
That's something that I had to really look at, you know. Like I used to tell my G pops, like, I mean, I want to live like you now. You know what I mean? Because you look good as fuck.
Me as a bird.
Me as a bird. Yeah, got no worries. I ain't worried about that. I ain't worried about that. You know what I mean?
For real, yeah.
For real.
And
So that's
like that for like 20 years.
Right. And I'm trying to and I used to say like I was talking about that then. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying people like, you know, for me it's different, right? I'm not every man. So I don't expect every man to have this thinking like me and Notice do. You know what I mean? We're literally cut from different cloths. So we're not like other people. Like we damn near came out, our grandmother's the same. So we came out the same grandma for JJ. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean, we come from different cloths, but that's the whole point of this, you know, the whole conversation is to influence that thinking of doing better, right? Strong man versus weak man, you know what I mean?
Trickiness is killing me. My OCD is like I'm looking at this shit like this, and every 3 seconds I'm going fuck this picture.
we got our last video before we head out here, people. Our last video. We're not gonna play the whole thing, but this is where this white guy in battle rapping goes ham. You know what I mean? So we're not gonna play the whole thing. And there's somebody in this video that's very close to me. We're going to expound on that a little bit more. This is very close to me, like close, like close. Here we go. Really? Thank y'all so much, gang. Gasmastribe.
I ain't even with the drama.
I have to be honest. I'm so curious of what Danny comeback is to that. To be honest,
I know.
I get into rap battles. I'm like, okay, nigga, I heard you. Okay, yeah. Let me hear.
Let me break it down. Okay, so people, let me get. So there's two sides to this though. There's two sides to this, people. There's two sides to this though. So understand this. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. You just now tuning into Gasmastribe TV podcast. Really appreciate you tuning in, man. Give us the like, share. You know, what I mean, comment below. Let us know that you're actually watching the show. Put a number 1 down there. Put GMT. Just put GMT to let us know you watching in the comment. So now there's two parts to this video. the white boy coming from his perspective and how he living, he's dealing with a black woman, he's raising this biracial son, blah blah blah. I get it. It sounds dope. His story is impactful, which shows you, you know, the strong man factor, right? Strong man, he's able to, you know what I mean, and he's able to put his expression out there. So his delivery, yeah, the words could have been better. Yeah, he could have flipped it a couple other ways if there was, but I mean, but now the other guy who he's battling is my brother-in-law, Danny Myers. Now, Danny Myers is a fucking beast.
You can Google that.
I'm not being like, oh, because you're your brother-in-law, you motherfucker.
He's nice.
No. The rebuttal was, Danny demolished him, right? But I played this video because I wanted people to kind of see another perspective of a strong man growing life and being inside like that aspect of an interracial relationship and things like that. So just want to know what you guys think. You guys can go ahead and comment below. Let us know what you think. Also, the platform is open. You are more than welcome to join the conversation. Let's have a convo. Let's have a convo.
I think I found it. I'm just like, let me see if I can find it. Because I'm curious at this particular point.
So join the convo, everyone. Tap that link that's coming through below.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that's not it. He had a red shirt on, didn't he? And he didn't have a hat on.
Oh, and let's talk about it. Strong men versus weak men. Are we looking too hard at the weak man? Are we like beating on the weak man too much? Or do we have the wrong perspective about it? I mean, it's an opinion which can be changed. So we would like to filter out the BS. Feel free to comment. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Not UK say nah, black shirt. So yeah, man. It's definitely.
I found it. Let me tell you right now. I can tell by just the way. I can just tell. Like, get out of here. Like, nigga, sit down. Go ahead, now.
Before we go there, we're gonna play that in the after hours right quick. People, y'all more than welcome to join. We're gonna get into the after hours. You already know how we do. Gang, gang, gang. Last words with notice. And y'all go check out that freaking merch.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the Gasmastribe TV podcast, where we filter out that bull. I think today was a great day to have a conversation about weak men, strong men, or weak men versus strong men, or if you're a weak man, and mental health and all that stuff and everything that circled around it. It is especially important that we identify ourselves as what we are doing in our lives. I am a victim of depression, mental health, things of that nature. But I do something about it. Currently have a therapist, currently go through this. I currently seek out help wherever I can find it, because I suffer from it. So from people like that and people that are sort of broad, don't be weak when it comes to your problems. Your problems can make you weak. And just like Delonte West, big ups to him. $16 million that guy made. $16 million, $1.6 million a year. And what happened to him? He succumbed to those type of problems. And he's not the only one. There's the list goes on. It goes on. So big up the Biz for bringing up the topic of the conversation tonight. Big up to everybody that came in. UK, one of our number one fans, and everybody that's around there. Sherlon Hill. Hey, everybody that's around there. Hey, when it comes to your mental health, make sure you address it. We out there. Drop us a DM. Talk to us. We talk back. We don't bite. With that being said, Take care, brush your hair. Wash your hands and say your prayers. Because Jesus and germs and now monkeypox is everywhere. Oh, it's me again.
Yo.
Did
you find it? Did you find the video?
Yeah, I think I did. I just don't know what part it's on. So let me do this. Do this.
Oh,
but Danny,
let me see.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see if this was him.
That's too deep for some people. Oh man, that's too deep. All right, you go ahead. You go. I need to take a minute on that
Fucking
one.
racist. He got no posters of black person, but he got a poster of Brother Lynch.
What was round one? I gotta see round one. I gotta see how it started off in round one. Look, that was the most one played right there. Hit that. Bam, right there. Hit that right there. Nah, go back. Well,
what?
Yeah.
You mean it's the same fucking
Yeah, I
video?
can hear you.
I'm not going front. That was a fucking bar. Turn our stream down. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? They shut our stream down.
It's good. We still on what you call it. But thank y'all so much, man. Damn. We wanted to go ahead and let y'all see that, but it's cool. So y'all can go check more of that out, man. It's getting a little late for us, but Gasmastribe TV podcast, people just understand that, you know, it's all fun and games. It's all cool, but we have to have the conversation. This is the Gasmastribe TV podcast. This is where we have the conversation. If we're not having the conversation, then it's not being said. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We really appreciate y'all. Gasmastribe. Gang. I want to play that new, the what you call it, the new one. Here you go. Bam. Oh, gang. 1, 2, 3, showtime. So she's not a lesbian, or she is a lesbian?
No, she is a lesbian.
Okay. Well,
She's
great way
not
to start. If your church is got a cash app, there it is.
There it is.
1, 2, 3, showtime. Or have a choice in your mindset is hard luck.
Really? Everybody ain't got Canada rules, man.